Estructuras. Pronombres usados como complemento directo, otherwise known as direct object pronouns. A direct object receives the action of the verb. So, for example, Berto come un sándwich. Berto eats a sandwich. The item that is receiving the action in that sentence is a sandwich. So that makes a sandwich the direct object pronoun, or the direct object in this case. It's not a pronoun yet. The direct object answers the question what or whom in reference to what the subject is doing. So going back to that previous example, we could say Berto eats what? Because direct object pronouns answer the question what or whom. A sandwich. Carlos está leyendo what? Carlos is reading what? Una revista. Carlos is reading a magazine. So a magazine is the direct object in this sentence because it answers the question what? Silvia quiere a whom? Silvia loves... Oh, Silvio loves his wife. So Silvio quiere a su mujer. So su mujer is going to be the direct object. Direct objects can be replaced by a direct object pronoun. Silvio quiere a whom? Ella. So the direct object pronoun that we would use to replace ella is going to be la. So he loves her, except the direct object pronoun actually comes in front of the verb. So that's going to be another thing that works differently than how we know how to do things in English. So in Spanish, the direct object pronouns are on the left, the singulars. So me is going to be me. You familiar is going to be te. You formal, masculine, but also him or it, masculine, is going to be lo. And then you or her or it is going to be la. So the singulars again, me, te, lo, la. The plurals are going to be nos, to say us for a direct object pronoun, or los, to say you, formal, masculine, but plural, or them, masculine. And then las is going to be you, formal, feminine, or them, feminine. Okay, so nos, los, las are the plurals. So they're going to precede or come before the conjugated verb, and in negative sentences they come after the no and before the verb. When two verbs are together, a direct object pronoun can also be found attached to an infinitive or a participle. Let's look at some examples. So, la profesora pide la lista. All right, starter sentence. It means the teacher asks for the list. So to make this into a shorter sentence, let's just say for context purposes we already know we're referring to a list or the list. We can shorten la lista. It's a shortcut. It's a way to sort of abbreviate your sentences. We can shorten la lista to just the direct object pronoun, which for a feminine singular word is la. So the second sentence you see here, la profesora la pide, means the teacher asks for it. The teacher asks for the list. The teacher asks for it. Because remember, the direct object pronoun is going to precede the verb. To make it negative, you just put a no in front of the direct object pronoun. La profesora no la pide. The teacher does not ask for it. Mi abuela visita a mí. So this is the expression for me, okay, in the sense of the being an object. My grandmother visits me. And then to use the direct object pronoun, you're going to use me. And again, it precedes the verb. So mi abuela me visita. Mi abuela no me visita. That would be the negative. My grandmother does not visit me. ¿Estás viendo el programa? Are you watching the program? So we could replace el programa with its direct object pronoun, which is lo, and call it it. Lo estás viendo, which means, are you watching it? No estoy viéndolo. I am not watching it. Okay, so notice that now we've hooked on the direct object pronoun onto the end of the participle, or the gerund form of this verb. And because we did that, because we added a syllable, we need to add an accent over the E there. That's in a multi-syllable word. So no quiero verlo. I don't want to see it. This just has one syllable, so we're going to hook on the lo, and we don't need an accent. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of practice with all this now, supposedly with a partner. And I think instead of referring back to that previous picture that we had just seen, let's just go through the questions, and I'll come up with a potential response for them to help you understand. Uno, ¿a qué hora llama Sara a Luis? At what time does Sarah call Luis? So we can say she calls him because we know we're talking about Luis. So let's use the direct object pronoun. So we'll say Sara lo llama a las 3. Sarah calls him at 3. Dos, ¿cuándo tiene que llamar Luis a Sara? When does Luis have to call Sarah? So we'll say he has to call her at 4. So Luis tiene que llamarla, call her, a las 4. Pepe puede llevar a los chicos a casa. Can Pepe take the kids home? So we'll say yes, he can take them. Them is referring to the kids. Yes, he can take them home. Sí, Pepe puede llevarlos a casa. Okay, because them just becomes los, and we're referring to los chicos. 4. ¿Dónde tiene Pepe los libros? Where does Pepe have the books? So we'll say he has them in his room. Pepe los tiene, los means them, Pepe los tiene en su habitación. 5. ¿Quién abre la puerta? Who's opening the door? I'll say, I'm opening it. We can say it now because we already know we're talking about a door, so we're going to replace with that direct object pronoun it. So I'll say, yo la abro. I'm opening it. Remember, the direct object pronoun goes before the verb. 6. ¿Quién sirve el café? Who's serving coffee? She's serving it. Ella lo sirve. Lo is it when you're talking about something that's masculine, singular, like el café. Ella lo sirve. 7. ¿Quién bebe el refresco? Let's say we are drinking it, the refreshment, the soda pop, or whatever it is. Nosotros lo, because it's el refresco, so our direct object pronoun is lo. And then our verb, bebemos. Nosotros lo bebemos. ¿Quién tiene las cartas? Who has the cards? I'm going to say, you have them. Tú las tienes. Tú las tienes. Okay, that direct object pronoun comes before the conjugated verb. Tú las tienes. All right, keep practicing. Let your instructor know if you need any assistance on anything that's been mentioned in this video, or you just need some extra resources to help you through this complicated concept. Hasta luego.